Kosnic's role in the Circ for Life project as the project's industrial lighting partner has been to demonstrate just how the circular economy business models, or CEBMs, can be implemented in a real-world scenario. To achieve this, part of Kosnic's contribution has been centered around development and creation of an industrial LED luminaire that meets these needs. Kosnic developed an initial outline for this with a product design specification, or PDS, at the start of the Circ for Life project in May 2018. Since that time, co-creation of the product has been evident throughout the Circ for Life project by polling stakeholder opinion through various living lab activities and LCA studies. To make sure stakeholders' needs and requirements are met, it is very important to know exactly what they are looking for and what is important to them from the start. To make sure that end user and stakeholder requirements such as these were taken into consideration and implemented within a co-creation framework, a living lab approach was developed and utilised. Living lab events are operated in an innovative and engaging way and ensure that consumer and stakeholder preferences and requirements are integrated into product design, development and production, resulting in products with lower impacts and reduced waste. Kosnic utilised this approach throughout the Circ for Life project through various events to make sure that co-creation was implemented throughout. One of these events took place at the Lighting Industry Association in May 2019. This two-day event gathered various experts from within the lighting industry to discuss and co-create Kosnic's proposed industrial LED luminaire through various team-based brainstorming events. The event was a huge success and gave Kosnic a lot of valuable feedback, which was hugely important in shaping and moulding the development of the product moving forward. Another key factor that influenced product development throughout the project were life cycle assessment studies. LCA studies are impact assessment tools that analyse the environmental, social and economic impacts of products through their life cycle, using existing and new innovative methods of impact analysis. These studies were conducted against existing industrial LED luminaires to highlight where improvements could be made. These improvements are then implemented within product development to make sure that the product being designed was as sustainable and environmentally responsible as possible. As part of Kosnic's involvement in the Circ for Life project, an innovative leasing service model has also been developed. To fully demonstrate just how the circular economy business models, or CEBMs, created within the Circ for Life project can be implemented in a real-world situation, it was important not just to create a product that encourages these goals, but also a service to deliver them via the traditional supply chain and stakeholders. A leasing model achieves this as it brings traditional stakeholders together to work alongside one another within a supply chain and business model that encourages and implements all the key goals of the Circ for Life project. As with the industrial LED luminaire, Kosnic developed an initial outline for this leasing service model at the start of the Circ for Life project in May 2018. As shown here, the leasing service started as an idea that was very centralised to Kosnic and really failed to involve traditional stakeholders and actors from our supply chain and current business model. Since that time though, co-creation of the service has been evident throughout the Circ for Life project by polling stakeholder opinion through the same methods used for the product itself. By going through these co-creation activities, it has become evident what is important or required, which has helped to develop a service that meets the needs of both the Circ for Life project and the stakeholders' consumers. One of the first Living Lab activities conducted to help garner stakeholder and consumer feedback on Kosnic's proposed leasing service was an online survey. With the support of Lauria, experts in conducting Living Lab activities, this questionnaire was circulated to Kosnic's existing customer database and select Lighting Industry Association members. The following key themes and questions were explored. Perceived importance of environmental sustainability and strategic readiness. Current status of lighting systems. Perceived importance of the different leasing services and options presented. Willingness to become a leasing service partner with Kosnic. The results showed that more than 57% of participants think that environmental sustainability aligned with their company business goals, mission and values. The most interesting aspect of a leasing service to participants would be intelligent usage and energy analytics via IoT solutions, transition of equipment at end of term, and one service provider providing a holistic solution together with their partners. Unfortunately, the results also showed that the basic idea behind a leasing service was not particularly popular with participants. This just confirmed how important the Living Lab process and encouraging co-creation with relevant stakeholders was in order to develop a leasing service that appealed to all parties. As with the product co-creation, the workshop that took place at the Lighting Industry Association in May 2019 also discussed the potential leasing service model. The key themes of the workshop were to test and gather new ideas, gather various thoughts and feedback on the proposed leasing service model, and identify the following: key functionalities and sales arguments for leasing, potential roles for each business partner, a revenue sharing model, and identification of the potential end users that would be interested in such a service. This was achieved through the group creation of various service design canvases, brainstorming activities, and mock-ups. The results showed that all relevant stakeholders that exist within the traditional route to market should be involved, working in tandem to deliver an all-encompassing service to the consumer. After refining the potential leasing service model and co-creating through these methods, a one-day meeting was also held at Kosnic in January 2020. This meeting, comprised of potential business partners from within Kosnic's existing route to market, was held to discuss whether the co-created service and business model would be of interest to them, and whether a partnership could be achieved to bring it to life. Following this, the last touches were made to the proposed business model, resulting in a leasing service ecosystem that was co-created alongside all key stakeholders.